What it is. Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy Ness. This is live, so I'm doing this right now. I know no one's in the chat right now, so I'm going to wait for people to start popping in. I'm getting reports. Yo, 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 what's up, chat? What it is, what it is, what it is. I see y'all popping in. Appreciate you. What it is, what it is. I figured I would. What's up? What's up? Appreciate y'all hopping on. I am hearing reports that folks are able to get pre-orders in on PlayOn's website. I am hearing reports. Illinois, I got notification from someone about 10, 15 minutes ago that they were able to get their pre-order in for Ultimate. From what I'm gathering, there are still some states that are still blocked. So I'm seeing that it says that Illinois is still blocked, but this person says that they were able to get their order in. California, Florida is showing that they're still blocked. So I'm doing this live stream to see if things are, if folks are able to see, if they're able to get through, so we can start getting some of you guys some Ultimate editions while they're still going. So I think New York and Georgia are now confirmed as working. Connecticut, Alabama, Tennessee are also confirmed as working. So if you haven't placed an order for the Ultimate Edition, I would double check on PlayOn's site. I'm pretty sure that they didn't drop information. Michigan confirmed. Awesome. Thank you, Hadouken. Michigan is confirmed that Ultimate Editions are going. I know the FOMO's crazy. I'll tell you this, y'all. I'm telling y'all this right now. Like, with all this crazy news with PlayStation and Microsoft, I am like positive, like anything physical right now, I'm like all for. So I'm so for the physical right now. I was actually in the middle of editing a video specifically on this, and then someone messaged me and said, hey, I was able to get my Ultimate. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stop doing what I'm doing right now and kind of look it up. So so just for those who just popped in, we are getting some early confirmation that Illinois, you are able to place an order. Some folks, California, I checked with another buddy of mine. He said it's still blocked. So we're still working through that, looks like. So as it sits, I'm still showing that California, Florida, Washington State, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, and DC could be blocked. But I decided to set this live up real quick to see if we can get some confirmation from folks. I know, Callie, I'm trying. I'm hoping that y'all get it resolved as quickly as possible. There's a lot of y'all that want it. So how's everybody feeling with all this crazy news? What's up? What's up? Yeah, it's I'll be honest, the whole PlayStation thing and the Xbox thing, it's just not sitting well with me. So this is the only positive thing for me right now, is the Neo Geo thing. Let me go to PlayOn's website real quick and see what we've got going on. We'll double check here. Let me share the old screeny screen. Yep, share screen and boop. All right, so PlayOn. Let's take a look here. Well, is it popping up? It's not even loading. Oh, hold up. You take that off. Don't need y'all looking at my stuff. You take that address off. I don't need y'all looking at my stuff. I didn't know it was going to populate like that. So Texas is looking like it's good. Illinois is still blocked. Okay, so I have somebody saying that Illinois is still blocked, and I had someone else tell me that Illinois was good. Yes, as far as I know, Amazon is still up. Let me just double check Amazon real quick. It should be. It's been up this entire time, as far as I know. Let's take a look. Amazon. Geo AES Plus. Yep. Amazon pre-orders are still up. You can still go for the standard $249, or you can, looks like anniversary edition, the white console is still going. Okay, so we got another one. I'm in Illinois. It worked for me. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Electro. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you on that. Also use discount welcome 5 when ordering. Oh, what? That's working now? Oh. Dang. Well, for those of you that are able to get through, use that welcome 5. $50 off. That's nice. No, not GTA 6. No, we're talking about Neo Geo. All grill, it's blocked in Florida. Okay, yeah, that was one of the states that was still saying blocked. Australia, I am not sure. I've been looking in the states here. Let me see if I can find some information on Australia. Let's see. Let's see. It's well, it says it's available, but something about no GST at checkout and import risk. I'm not quite sure what that's about. I don't know what all that is, but oh, and you have to pay the extra processing fees in Australia. I'm not too sure about that. So I'll do some more research, and if I find out more, I'll keep it. And if anyone else all over the globe, if you have information on Australia, drop it in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, so for Ultimate Editions, this is just specifically for Ultimate Editions. So Ultimate Editions, you can only pre-order on PlayOn's website. So that's the only way you can get it. Amazon just has the standard edition, and it has the anniversary edition, which is the white console. What's up, Tech Wiz? Correction. Illinois not blocked, just pre-ordered. Nice. We got confirmation. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we're still working through it. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen, chat, is once they have all the states done, they'll probably drop some information, because the original thing is that end of May they kind of locked it out. They said June, or was it April, they locked it out. They were trying to work through for folks in the states that couldn't place the order, and they said they would give us an update in June, which it's now July, and I think that's just been more of a headache trying to get these states going. Oh, snaps. He said I'm moving to the big screen. Nice. All right. right. So not blocked in Illinois. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. So again, for those of you that just dropped into the chat, we are getting confirmation that some states are now open. So just again, New York, Georgia are up for pre-orders. If you're in those areas, if you didn't have issues, then you're good to go. Texas, Connecticut, Alabama, Tennessee have been working, of course. Cali, Florida was part of the block list, and it looks like we're still waiting on confirmation on those. A couple of folks in the chat have dropped in and said they are unable to get ultimates there. Illinois has been confirmed as working now, and you're able to drop in and get that. Anybody from Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, or DC, Washington, DC, if you have confirmation, we would love to know. I'll probably run this chat. Washington was blocked too. Okay, so Washington is still blocked. So we have confirmation that Cali, Florida, and Washington are still blocked. The only one unblocked right now from the original block list is Illinois. Okay. I'm super pumped, y'all. I'm pumped for the AES Plus. Appreciate it, Cuddy. Appreciate it. How many AES Plus units do you think will sell? I heard the pre-order surpassed 300K. Yeah. To be honest, there are still a lot of people that did not get an order in because they didn't want to go through Amazon. They wanted the Ultimate Edition. So there's folks that are holding out, like my buddy Cuddy right here. He's holding out for the Ultimate. I think, Cuddy, did you order off Amazon also? So if your state is still on the block list, you can wait for the updates from PlayOn, which, I mean, that's what we've been doing. We've been waiting. And then wait on the approvals for the state, for your individual state. So as you all bring this information out. So bring this information out as soon as you get it. I told you all I was just going to come in. I'm not going to do a whole video. I'm just going to drop in, do a live. I'll hang in here for, another 20 minutes or so. Happy to ask or answer any questions anyone has related to just Neo Geo in general. Let's just chat and have a good time in here. Happy for those of you that were able to get your orders in finally so far this evening. Congrats to you. Look forward to hearing many stories from many of you that have been pumped to get an AES. Was going to pass on the Ultimate due to the wait, but Sony lost my money. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a rough day. It's been a rough day for modern consoles. I'm in the UK. What is all this block thing going on in the US? Can you explain? As over here, we just order from outlet. Okay, so we had some kind of state tax issue. Basically, I guess the easiest way to put it is we hit a certain threshold within those states. So PlayOns had to go in individually to those states to basically open it back up for more extended orders, which has been, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but y'all can read in between the lines of what's going on there. But besides that, it's been a headache for a lot of folks trying to order stuff from either overseas, etc. This was one of them. So it being $1,000 plus console after tax and all that, that's what's caused the issue. PlayOn's been working through it with a lot of the certain states kind of doing it a piece at a time. Some states are just taking a lot longer to get through the process and do it. They're like, that's not on our top of the to-do list. We'll get to you when we get to you. That's pretty much what it is. So for those folks that are here in the United States in those certain areas, they're having to wait. Some folks didn't want to wait. They felt that not getting a console was just wasn't. They felt the FOMO, so they decided to go to Amazon, which is what I've recommended to everyone. If you just want a console, go to Amazon. At least have it as a backup, and then if the orders or pre-orders come up again for the Ultimate, put your order in, and then if you need to cancel Amazon, cancel. So let's see. I haven't been able to keep up with the AES Plus announcement or updates, any announcement for future games being made again beyond the original announcement. I still want to be able to order one. Finances get better. I think PlayOn has been teasing us with more games, or on Twitter, X. They've been, like, hey, what games do you all want to see? I think honestly, we're probably going to be in a good place once we get through this first wave. I think it's just trying to get through this first launch of the console and the first batch. Hopefully PlayOn will launch some games. But from the positive news for the pre-orders, the demand, and still the heavy demand of the console, me personally, I think, this is just my opinion, I think we'll probably see some more games. What those games will be, I don't know. So that's just TBD. But if I get some more information, I'll definitely let you all know straight away. Green Neon, I ordered in a neighboring state. Awesome. Appreciate it. Mr. Anderson, what's going on? I'm the same way, Insomniac. I'm the same way. Like this, I'm not buying a PlayStation 6. I'm just not. I'm not buying a 6. I'm not buying a Helix. I mean, if they're going to go digital, I have a PC, so I might as well just use my PC. At that point, there's really no reason for me to buy a console anymore. So that's the route we're going to take. Then I'm more than happy to just, the physical games that I'll be buying is just for select few consoles, and then continue the journey on the AES, and I'm good to go. That's all I need. What do I think about Art of Fighting 3 with the new content, new characters? I thought that's awesome. I am loving the updates to some of these recent games. Ninja Masters is getting love finally. That game is amazing. Art of Fighting 3 getting King and Yuri, that's amazing. Netcode updates, I'm hoping to see that we would get those versions. If we do get them on the AES Plus, we get those updated versions. Even, I mean, I get it, we're probably not going to get the online capabilities or anything like that, but if we could get like the practice mode, the practice stages, and like learning combos and stuff like that added to the cartridge, that would be insane. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Order the White Anniversary console and 2 games at the beginning from their site directly after this craziness started happening. Even though I paid in full, I'm all kinds of paranoid. Don't be paranoid. I ordered on the website too. I didn't order off Amazon. I ordered directly. Tiberius is on vacation. He'll be back. Wisconsin. I didn't see anything on the block list for Wisconsin. Is that a question, Timothy? The Wisconsin, or is that confirmed? Physical forever. Yeah. I mean, like, so to be honest, the whole PlayStation thing, when I saw the first news press release about them removing the movies, I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. And at first I thought it was just the licensing of the movies. I'm like, okay, they're going to remove those. They're on streaming services, etc. And then they said the folks that purchased those movies, they're like, we're deleting those from your library. I'm like, what? And I was like, okay, that's bad, because that's a huge red flag in my opinion, for that. Because if you removing the movies, you could remove a lot of other things. You can remove the games. That's just kind of like that we're on that tipping scale right now. We're about to fall over the ledge where they're, I don't know. Like, I know some folks don't care. They're like, hey, I just buy all digital anyway. Cool. But man, I'm all for physical media. It's just having the tangible item. It feels like my dollars are well spent versus constantly in the back of my head. I'm like, am I always going to have this, or is it going to get taken away from me? And I'm never going to get my money back in that particular case. That's kind of how I feel about it. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, my backlog is insane, y'all. It's crazy. My backlog is stupid crazy. I try to get through as many as I can. Man, it has been so rough. You know what? Matt, I was extremely surprised. It completely blindsided me. Like, I saw some rumors, and I talked about this on a couple videos in the past, but I was like, oh, maybe it's just they're remastering a game and it's just going to be on like PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. And I had heard the rumor for the console for years, and a lot of collectors that I know in the community, they were always like, oh man, they would never do that, and if they did, it'd be crazy for the market and blah blah blah. But I'll tell you this, y'all, the craziest thing that I have seen so far from just all this news is the fact that sales have not decreased in the first print copies of the games. They've actually increased. I've seen prices increase for the common games. The more expensive stuff, that's stayed roughly around the same. But like, all the common stuff it's getting scooped up. Like, if you see all these videos from folks going to Japan, all the common games are getting scooped up. Like, I did a video, my last video, where I went to one of the local retro stores here in Texas. They had that whole lineup of AES games. Well, they had a grand opening this past weekend, and I went, it was on a Saturday. I went on a Sunday. Their whole Neo Geo selection was wiped out. They had 2 AES consoles. Both were in the box. Both got bought. They had all their AES games were bought except for one because the insert was just horrible. A majority of their MVS titles were scooped up as well. And all their Neo Geo CD stuff, that was still there because all of it was sun faded. So it's crazy. It's crazy right now. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so Bloodshed, yeah, the paranoia right now was, it's not paranoia. It's like we were getting confirmation that some folks are actually able to get their ultimate orders in now. Illinois has been confirmed as getting an order in. So man, that's a loaded question. I collect a lot of stuff. So I collect sports cards, baseball cards, old coins. I collect that stuff. Star Wars memorabilia. I've got a bunch of stuff there. And that's really it. For the life of me, I don't know why I got into Pokemon cards here in the last week or so, which that's just dumb. I don't know why I did that. I had a buddy of mine gift me a big bundled box of Pokemon cards that was still sealed, and I opened it up, and like a crackhead, I just dove into the hobby. But I've simmered down some from that. But outside of that, really, it's just been my 3D printing I've been doing, which y'all can see. I got all kind of stuff over here. I've been printing like crazy. So, let me see if it'll zoom in. Hold on. Come on, zoom in. It doesn't want to zoom in. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so that's a Vex Mythoclast from Destiny I printed. Or come on, my directional skills are horrible. Yeah, so I've been printing all kind of stuff, trying to get better. Okay, so Buffalo, New York. Yep, New York was confirmed as part of the list. Yes, is Tiberius? You know what? Tiberius said he's waiting on the gold edition of the AES Plus. I don't know what that means. So, yeah. They just purged the movies. Yeah, man, it's been rough. It's been a rough on the. Hey, I mean, you got to follow what you follow. Like I'm a huge proponent behind physical. Like I get it. When I say collect and play the way you want to collect and play your games, I do mean that. Like you can play your games as long as you're playing the games. That's great. But I was working on a video before this live stream, and it was just me being a talking head. I didn't have all these cuts and segments. I'm literally talking about the landscape of the industry right now, where it's going, why the Neo Geo is so dang important right now for us, because that's the most positive news we have right now from a physical media standpoint in the industry. It is the best news of the year is the Neo Geo AES. I mean, let that soak in for a little bit. That's crazy. That a game or that a console that's over 30 years old is the highlight of the modern video game media industry. That's crazy. I'm for it. I'm all for it. Enjoy. Enjoy that PS6. Hey, it it is, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. What's happening now is what my crazy mind was thinking. Oh man, it was crazy during just trying to get a console in general during the beginning of COVID. Man, I was FOMOing into every console. I'm like, I need something to play. I need something new. I might have to check that out. I haven't seen that yet. Oh man, I'm going. T Dodge, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, sir, ma'am, sir. Uh, what up? I'm new to Neo Geo. Pre-ordered mine on Amazon. Is Arkansas blocked? Arkansas, from what I've gathered, is not blocked for the Ultimate Edition on PlayOn's website. It is not blocked. No, but feel free to confirm or unconfirm that. Yes. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to go through these chats. So y'all are lively. I love it. Yeah. Yep. Hey, I'm telling you, people are sleeping on. Well, you know what? Not anymore. I was gonna say, folks are really sleeping on MVS cartridges, but the way they're getting scooped up because that new converter, that Furtec converter, that's gonna probably be revised, and when that drops around the time the AES Plus drops, you all use that converter and pop those MVS cartridges in there, man. That's going to be a great way to collect some of the original first prints, especially for those exclusives that were only on the MVS. That's a great way. That's going to be an awesome way to play. Callie hanging in there for dear life, y'all. I'm holding out for y'all. No. Your order's not at risk. Michigan confirmed. I wish I was collecting more money. I'd already be done with my with my AES set if that was the case. With all the money I'm saving now, that Sony is essentially killing off PlayStation, I'm looking forward to my AES Plus. I'm telling you all, man, the AES Plus is gonna be so fire in November. How many rounds of golf do I play? Not enough. It's super hot now, so I was going maybe once or twice a month with some buddies. So that last video, the big tournament golf video I did, I went one other time after that. So I haven't, between work's been crazy, so I haven't played. But to be honest, that day I recorded was probably one of the best golf days I've had in years. I had eagles and birdies, and a lot of those shots I never got on camera because I was so focused. I was so mad about that. We had some insane shots that day. It was crazy. Yeah, filling the void. Got to fill the void. Man, yeah, the layoffs are crazy right now. Man, I feel for anybody that's going through it right now. Feel for it. I hope so. Love you too. Appreciate you. Love you. Love you. Oh man. Let's see. I'm a video game 4K Blu-ray collector. I've bought every PlayStation product to date. PS5 Pro will be my last place. Oh man. Hey, that 4K and Blu-ray. Hey, that's I have started buying more 4K and Blu-ray movies again because I had a huge library of movies. I got rid of a lot of that, and now I'm going back and buying that stuff because like there's certain movies I just can't find on any streaming service at all. So it's kind of irritating me. I really hope that the AES Play On and SNK just completely shatter every possible record known to man, and it becomes our saving grace for how the video game industry is looking at the consumer business. I really do. I hope it changes the whole landscape to a point to be like, oh, we made a mistake. Physical's here to stay. I hope that's the case. But, you know, in the video that I was working on, you know, I go, and I'll just share it right now because I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to drop it or not, just because it's 25 minutes of me talking about this as a talking head. I don't know if y'all really want to hear stuff like that. But, you know, 80%, 82, 83% of the global market is software now, right? So the remaining percentage of that is hardware. So, you know, your top 3 or 4 or 5 games lifetime percentage in the billions, PUBG, Grand Theft Auto 5, you know, Minecraft, things of that nature. Those are big needle movers in the industry, or they have been for many years. And then when you start shifting over into the hardware, console business, etc., you break that out into 3 categories. You break that out into mobile, console, PC, in that order. Because mobile has a little bit over $100 billion, which is about 55% of the market cap for gaming. Console holds about 23, 24%, which is half of that, about 50-ish billion. PC takes up the rest of that, which is another 45 to 50 billion. But what we've seen, especially over the last year and a half, is PCs inching up. So PC is going to take over console pretty soon. Which from my perspective, I think what will happen is you go full digital. You have folks that are already on PC that say, I don't need a console. I've got my PC. Problem is that we're in this weird time where the prices, the cost of materials is so dang high. It's insane. So because of that, where we're in this back end, the tail end of the console life cycle, which is where by now your PS Pro, your PS5 Pro, your Xbox Series X, we should be going into the fall and winter months, price decreases because the cost of materials, it doesn't cost as much anymore. And the technology's increased over the last 7 and 8 years. So chip technology is different, and they're able to buy in bulk, and then they're able to lower the prices. That's not the case now, right? Because now you've got this situation where you have the AI data centers, you've got, you know, organizations like Micron that are doing 5-year contracts for AI, data center builds. Now all their bulk is going to them. And now we see them getting that class action lawsuit now because, they're prematurely jacking up the market. And you see, I was at Walmart and saw a 2 terabyte SSD for $500. Why? Like, why is it that much? That's absurd. They're price gouging the hell out of us. So you can only imagine on a consumer standpoint, we're seeing that Sony and Microsoft are buying in bulk. They're not making any money on that. So hence they jack up the prices, but the prices of the games go up too. So it's just everything goes up. It's crazy. Man, there's so many. I'm trying to go through the chat, y'all. I'm sorry. So many. On the green. Yes, can confirm Florida is still blocked. Probably just another. Yeah. Been picking up MVS carts. Can't afford the Ultimate. Got the white one. All good. Hey, as long as you're in there, as long as you got a console, you're good. What's up? Looks like with the loss of physicals come PS6, my focus will be Neo Geo. Something I want is, I love hearing that. I love hearing so many of you being able to get a console for the first time. That's so awesome. So awesome. Yeah, it's going to be mine too. It's going to be mine. Yeah. So let me go ahead. I know I've been talking my ear off and all this. So for those of you that just dropped in, we have gotten some confirmation from some folks in the chat here that some areas are seeing they are able to place orders for Ultimate Editions. Okay, so as it sits, we have confirmation that the New York area, Georgia, are now confirmed to be able to order Ultimate Editions on PlayOn's website. California, Florida, Washington are still blocked. Illinois was originally on the block list, but is now confirmed that you can order out of Illinois now. So if you were wanting to get an Ultimate Edition, get it while you can. Get it while you can. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. November in general, that's just going to be a crazy month. It's going to be a crazy month. The 12th, we got the AES Plus, and then you're going to preload GTA 6 on the 12th is when that's available. So I'm sure you're going to have tons of folks out there looking at the loading screen. Yeah, they don't. It's unfortunate. Streaming used to be fine when it was only a couple of options. Now there's like 30 half-ass services and exclusive licensing. These companies really need to be reasonable to subscribe to. I was talking to my wife about this, that it's cheaper to just have cable at this point. Do you know how sad that is? The TV cable, when we used to talk about cable, like it's too expensive. And then the first streaming service came out and we're like, oh, this is great. This is all we need. But now it's just become full circle. It's too expensive because you have certain shows that you like to watch. Like we like watching, Yellowstone and all of those. And you have to get on Paramount for that. She likes to watch certain shows you have to watch it on Hulu. I like to watch all my different shows on Netflix. So I have to have that. And then I have my Crunchyroll. I have to have my anime. So I got to have that. My daughter's on that as well. So it's crazy. I wonder how PlayOn is getting away with the price. I thought chips across the board was up in price. The chips that they're using in the I forget, man. I should know this. In the AES, they are, they're not. I don't want to misspeak here. It's not the same technology as what we would be expecting from a PlayStation 6 or not 6, but PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. So we're good in that particular case. I think where we probably run, I wouldn't say the risk, but is the fact of the matter is PlayOn and SNK probably had this target number that they had. And like, okay, we probably expect to see this much in pre-orders. Well, they blew way past that. So you can only imagine what they're probably doing behind the scenes to try to make sure that they fulfill all the orders that they're getting in. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see. I'd love to see some more special editions, etc., making it more, you know, elite in some cases. Like I'll be honest, I plan on having the entire library. If you tell me they're going to release every single game and then some, I'm buying all of it. I'm getting all of it. When the AES Plus drops, y'all, just expect I'll probably start doing live streams of me like playing the games. We can kind of go through them together. So if there's certain games that you all like, man, I'm not sure if I want to play that, I'll play it for you, give you the commentary, and if it's something that you want to get, then you can go pick it up after that. I'm cool with doing that. I just love the fact that there's so many of you that are interested in this console, because I felt like I was on an island for I don't know how many years talking about the Neo Geo, and folks were like, what's that? You know what? That is completely up to you. I will say this. If you want something as close to original, get the AES. If you want something convenient that you can mod and add the entire library and just be done and kind of give you that arcade feel, you can go with the MVSX. You know, I'm not here to bash either or. I have an MVSX. I use it. I play on my MVSX. So, you know, I was using my MVSX for games that I hadn't played yet. So I had the whole library on there. And if I wanted to go after a particular AES game, I was like, do I want to buy this? Can I justify the purchase yet? I would go play the game first. And then I'm like, if I like it enough, okay, this is the next game that I'm going to buy and add to the collection. That's how I did it. Yeah, these RAM companies, crazy. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. They're probably going to. What's up, Mega? Came for the spectacle, huh? Yeah, I saw that the Evercade had the Volume 4 just released. I didn't get into that. I didn't get into the Evercade stuff. So yeah, but it looks cool though. Yeah, it is. It really is. We need to go back and do the old antitrust monopoly busting and breaking up all these big tech companies like the old AT&T Bell Labs. Oh wow, you're bringing it way back. Oh man. All of a sudden I'm back in my MCI WorldCom days. If y'all remember that. Now I'm aging myself. Big mistake made by Sony. The whole idea of being a console gamer was the whole physical game aspect. If I wanted digital, I would become a PC gamer. This will backfire on Sony, I think, badly. Yes, sir. I don't know. It's crazy. Let's go. Almost there. Is it really making a comeback? I was just cracking a joke on cable. Is it really making a comeback? I might have to look that up. UPS and FedEx better have overtime. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So what does it mean for Neo Geo? What? Now, oh wow. Okay. That's aggressive. Yeah, I watch a lot of anime. So yeah, I mean, most kids started on Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and all that, but I would probably say my top three. Of course, Dragon Ball is going to be in there, but Yu Yu Hakusho, I watch that once a year, the whole series. I can watch the intro and outro of that show. Love it to death. It is such a good show. Love it. I love Solo Leveling. I'm really into that. I've watched that like 5 or 6 times. Of course, some of the new stuff because my daughter loves it. Attack on Titan, she's into that. Jujutsu Kaisen, she loves that. So we go and watch those at the movies. Demon Slayer, of course. Hunter x Hunter. The list goes on. I've watched numerous animes. Kaiju number 8, Dan to Dan. Yeah, I can go on. Yeah, ASIC chips aren't related to the data centers, no. Yeah. New Jersey's good. All right, we got another confirmation. Oh, the chat numbers. What's up with the chat? What's up with chat numbers? I didn't see. Good Lord. We have 97 people in here. Oh my gosh, y'all appreciate you tuning in. Good Lord. I was just trying to help y'all out. I was just in here chopping it up. The chips are going here, aren't the most advanced tech on the planet. It's like Evercade making something that is not bleeding edge. Tons of memory. You can keep making. Yeah. The week of November, AES versus GTA 6 is looking good. Well, I already have a winner for that fight. At least for me, it's the AES. Because GTA 6 is going to be waiting until I see a PC version of that. So MVSX is what's holding me over. It's great. Yeah, it is. MVSX is a great piece to have. Pre-order for Ultimate Edition from PlayOn is good for Ohio as well. Ohio, we are in the house. If you have not pre-ordered, you are good. That's good to hear. We have some folks getting those pre-orders in. Looking forward to owning an Neo Geo games again. Back in the day, I had a Neo Geo CD console, but sold it in the 90s. And since then, the cost has been out of reach, so can't wait. I'm so happy to hear that. Man, so many of y'all, I love hearing this, that you're able to finally get back and get into the console again. And I know it's still like, in comparative, when we're talking about it today, $90 is still a lot of money for a game, but it's $90 for Neo Geo. That's crazy. That's like buying a modern game for $10. I know the logically that doesn't make sense, but it's like that's how it feels, right? Because these games are like multi-hundreds and thousands of dollars for just the first print, which is insane. And my crazy butt's over here buying them. Like what am I doing? I want the AES so bad. I was priced out as a kid, but now I'm all in. Dream come true. That's what I'm talking about. I love to see it. Forget about cable, everybody. It's a super box. You can buy the device and everything is free. Movies, TV shows. I had a couple of family members that had those. They were watching everything. Bleach and Death Note. I actually need to go see the new movie. I know it's like the first 3 episodes. I need to go watch that. I need to go check that out. Might try to see if I can break away this weekend for that. Akira, Samurai X, Ghost and Shell, Cowboy Bebop. Oh yeah, classics. We need to do like a new AES theme song or something. I need to make like a theme music or something. I'd have Tiberius come into some kind of like new Neo Geo AES theme music or something like that. I need to work on that. Okay, Arizona is still a no-go. Okay, so Arizona is, I don't see it on the list, but that is, okay. So we have a confirmation that Arizona, you can still not able to order. So we'll stay tuned to that. In chat, for those of you that are just coming in, this was for the Ultimate Edition news. So confirmations yet again. I'll keep going through this in the next couple of minutes. New York is confirmed. Georgia's confirmed. Illinois is now confirmed as you are able to order on PlayOn. How long this is up, I have no idea. They have not put out an official news post. I just felt that I got confirmation on IG, and we decided to throw this up so we can get the information out there a little bit faster. So I appreciate y'all hanging with me and tuning into this. Older one for what they're using. Hey, I'm telling you, you can't knock those old games, man. It's just the replayability is just, it's there. The nostalgia is there. A lot of times we just have those memories. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure GTA 6 is going to be a great game. I will eventually play it, but it's just not going to be this year. All snaps. Because those said we're going to be beating everybody in gaming. Uh-oh. The hands have come off. The gloves are coming off. So if I wanted the basic Neo Geo with a controller, not the fight stick, which one would I get? I'm on the page, but don't see one with just the basic controller. Okay, so the standard edition of a Neo Geo comes with, of course, the black console, and it's going to come with the joystick controller. That's how they came in the 90s. If you want the fight pad or the Neo Geo CD wireless controller, you will probably need to order that separately. As it sits right now, they are not shipping the console with the wireless fight pad. So you would need to, your best bet for that, I would just go to Amazon and buy it. I would just get it off Amazon. I wouldn't even worry about having to do the whole play on thing. I would just play on for play on specific orders, Ultimate. That's the only thing I would want y'all to focus on is Ultimate for the play on orders. And then everything else, just go to Amazon. If you're just piecemealing things together. Like the Ultimate makes the most sense if you want the full bundled package. Price wise, you're saving yourself the most money. It's basically you're getting the games and you're getting the console for free, basically, is what it looks like when you start equating all those prices and numbers. Because, you know, $90 a game, you're getting 10 games, you do the math. And you're getting the controllers, the wireless fight pad, you're getting the little bundle box, all that good stuff. So, yeah. So far, Arizona, Cali, Florida, Washington are a no-go. And I have not gotten confirmation from anyone in Pennsylvania, Virginia, or North Carolina. So if anyone there has confirmation for those, drop it in the chat. It would be kind of crazy if they did, but I don't know how they were. You got to fix those load times. Those load times I hate load times. I despise load times. So I have a Neo Geo CDZ, which is the Japanese version of that. And that's like 2 times faster. That one's actually decent, but if you were to compare, if you're doing apples to apples, I have a Neo Geo CD and I have an AES Plus, just go AES Plus because you don't have to worry about the load times. But the CD is a great form factor though for those that are collecting. Oh yeah, definitely. I was at a console gaming for years, and what's bringing me back isn't the new consoles. It's the AES Plus. I've watched so many of your videos since the news broke. Glad there's so many people. I appreciate you checking in. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely been a very, very positive. A lot of great information out there. A lot of new folks into the space. It's been great to see. I mean, we got a couple of folks out there that, you know, but it is what it is. So you're going to have that in every community. I have original KOF 2002 paid 400 AES. No need to get again. Hey, that's the one to have too. Jimmy, I'm probably going to have shots on tomorrow's podcast. So be prepared. Tomorrow's podcast is probably going to be insane. And it's my Friday tomorrow too. So, you know, I'm off on Friday. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. There's so much. I'll try not to get as crazy as I did last week, but yeah. Oh man. Okay. All right. If buying isn't owning, piracy isn't theft. Just saying. Ooh, we're dropping bars in the comments right now. We are dropping bars. Okay. Hey, I like that. I like that, Wayne. I like that. The jam skate. You know what? And I jam skate. I have like 2 pairs of skates. I'm not good like I used to be. I'm not good anymore. But yeah, I used to go to roller rink once like every Wednesday night. Yeah. Right before COVID. I was going every week. It was like interchange every other week. I was going roller skating and then going bowling the following week. So I have so many hobbies. I just always on the Utah is a go. Ultimate ordered. Congrats. We got another one. We have yet another member of the audience with an ultimate that has been ordered. Congratulations. Congratulations. Jimmy says, couldn't even dream of AES in the 90s, and then modern gaming prices were cray. Love this play on AES Plus. Order the white one and a boatload of games. All right. Pre-order AES Plus on Amazon. Can't wait, sir. New Jersey is confirmed. Let's go. Confirmation New Jersey orders on PlayOn website for the Ultimate. For anime, obviously, Matt Cross. Ooh, Vampire D. Oh, Fist of the North Star. It's my jam. That is my jam. Did y'all ever check out the live action movie? The movie's crazy. It's so unhinged. I seen Colorado was good on refit, but I don't know. Oh, Reddit. Yeah, Reddit. Let me look. Let's see. I think Colorado's good. I don't see that in the block list. I think we might be all right there. Okay. Neo Geo style fight pad is really the only black mark. The button locations aren't accurate. Yeah. Yeah. It's you know, I've talked about that, and you know, whether or not I think it was just more of a there's quite a few folks that are kind of upset that the button locations aren't accurate to the original. I don't know. Like, so I'll plant this question to the chat. So for those that are my purists that want the original 1-for-1 Neo Geo style fight pad, would you, like, let's say you get this Ultimate Edition, right? Would you go and buy if PlayOn decided like, hey, you know, we made a mistake, we're revising a new controller that's 1-for-1? Would you go buy that? I'll post that to the chat. Can't wait to hear the Neo Geo logo come through my TV for the first time. Oh yeah. Anyone know about Nebraska? I'm pretty sure somebody said something about Nebraska earlier. I could be wrong. Not sure. I think we're good on Nebraska. Chat, keep me honest. So what states are left that are no-go, if not many anymore? So right now, we had confirmation earlier that Florida, California, Washington were still no-goes. PA is confirmed now. So for those in PA, you might want to double check to see if you're able to order on PlayOn website the Ultimate Edition. Just double check for those in PA. So that's new so far this evening. Oh, man, Ness, your videos crack me up. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate you, good sir. Thank you very much. Tiberius welcomes you yet again. Yes. Let's see. I hope they bring us some more unique games like King of Monsters 2. It was my favorite as a kid. It would be nice to get something other than nonstop fighting games. I agree. There's a lot of, man, I'm telling y'all, we need Super Dodgeball on the AES. That game is so good. I'm telling you, it's so good. I would also like to see some sequels to some of these games, like a King of Monsters 3, like a new one. That would be awesome to see if they ever decided to like start doing that. The Garo 2, I know I know it's a fighting game, but like it was 70% done. I would love them to finish that. That would be so cool to see if they could do like the story in between Garo and City of the Wolves. That would be so awesome. Tiberius is on vacation, but he'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah, Rydell's, Fresh Pair of Rydell's. Okay, yeah. What I'm rocking Turbo 101s on mine. I think I still have the 101s. It's been a while. I needed to go back and double check. I had a couple of different wheels on there. I appreciate it, Max. I'll do better. I know I'm bad. I'm bad, y'all. Like work's been crazy, and I know the first couple of weeks I was like video after video after video after video, and then work's been crazy. But you know, I finished up early today, and then I was working on a video, and I'm like, do I really want to drop this? Because this is not the same type of video. It's just more about the landscape of games and what's been going on the last couple of days. If y'all want me to drop it, I'll drop it tomorrow. If you want to watch it, but I figured let's just chop it up. Let's just talk. So just tried to order in Cali. No go, man. I hope Cali. I know y'all have been waiting so long for this. I know, along with the other states as well, but all my Cali folks have been patiently waiting. Got my Ultimate in Ohio. Now should I keep or cancel my white edition on Amazon? That's up to you. I'll tell you this right now. I originally said that I was just going to order the black one. I ordered everything. I'm not even going to lie to you. I ordered everything. I got an Ultimate. I got the anniversary. I got it all. I bought everything that they had. I got it all. Got to have it. I got to support it. I got to support physical, especially now. Do I also collect for Neo Geo Pocket? I have some. My wife got me a new old stock Neo Geo Pocket Color for my birthday one year. I cried. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because that's like, we've been married for, it'll be 12 years this September, and when we first got married, she was not a good gift giver. So when I really got into the whole video game thing, she listened, and she just surprised me with that. Man, it was amazing. And she got me a sealed copy of Pac-Man on there. Oh, man, I still have both of those. So I collect a couple of games on there, but nothing crazy. A couple of slugs. I had like King of Fighters on there, but no, like majority of my time, I'm mainly focused on AES. I have been collecting Neo Geo CD games sealed. I've been collecting the sealed games, just like a little side thing. So I don't really publicize that or anything too much, or put it in a video, because everyone's so focused on AES. But when I find a good deal on a game, I'll pick one up. I think the button markings on Play On Site are simply a rendered error. The colors are all in the correct spots, but that renders how they're launching it, though. So I mean, it is an error, but that error is how it's going to be released. From, at least that's from my understanding, but I could be wrong. If it's just an error, then we should be good. Canada's still all sold out. I know they had released what? I think that was back in May at this point that Canada was up. So I guess they sold out again. Wow. Thought the Ultimate is sold out. Did they say anything about, so for those that are coming in new, we got confirmation from some folks in the chat that some folks are able to get their Ultimate editions on PlayOn's website. There are still some states that are blocked. So as it sits right now, California, Florida, Washington are still blocked. New York, Georgia, Illinois, PA are confirmed as good. So That's what we have. And everybody else, from what we've gathered, Texas, Connecticut, Alabama, Tennessee, etc., they're still good. So we're just getting sporadic information right now. So I figured we'd do this live, which we've been doing for how long has it been? About an hour. We've been on for an hour, y'all. It's crazy. Crazy how time flies when you're having fun. That's the dream. New official releases. Oh my gosh, yes. A Last Blade 3 and a Sengoku 4. Oh, that would be nasty. Oh my god. Could you imagine the cover art for both of those? Oh my gosh. And Sengoku 4, if they really like, because I don't know if many of you have seen like the gameplay for Final Vendetta from Bitmap. I am looking forward to that game. That's probably one of the few games that I pre-ordered. I am looking forward to that game. That looks really good. I would hope that they would polish up Sengoku to roughly around what the way 3 looked, but it'd be a great little game to see. Magician Lord 2. Woo! 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 Oh man, Magician Lord. That's a tough game. It's rough. Good music though. Good music. Let's see. Already picked up Fatal Fury Special, Art of Fighting 2, Samurai Showdown on AES, and Breakers and KOF 98 MVS, plus found a Furtech converter with a 3D case. So just waiting for November. Oh my goodness, Rudy, you got it all. You are ready. You are ready to go. I love it. What's up, Pre-ordered it all. Yep, guilty as charged. Yep. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I bought it all. Brand new socks and drawers. I bought it all. New to the channel, I've been trying to catch up. What's in real life career? Because you're living it up in big house at country club. I do not go to country clubs. That was a public golf course in that video. No, I work in IT, so that's what I do for a living. I'm basically manage the sales enablement for my company. So been doing that for 9 years, and before that, I was managing a tire shop. So if you can imagine a change in careers, yeah, I was doing the retail life for 10 plus years, and then made a shift into cybersecurity. So that's what it's been. But blessed, happy to be able to live my lifelong dreams of being able to own the video games I couldn't afford as a kid, and parents weren't going to buy it for me. So when I finally busted my butt to get where I was, and I was like, it's time to treat myself with a few things, and video games were it. So that's what it was. Got in on the Ultimate from Cali on day 1, about an hour after the site went live. Fingers crossed, no funny business happens. I think you're good to go. If you got in before the rough stuff started, you should be Gucci. I pre-ordered my Ultimate back in April, really hoping for Last Blade 2 in the second batch. Man, Last Blade 2. It's going to be a good one. We get to see that. That's going to be nice. Wave 2, y'all. If we see that in a perfect world, I would like to see some updates closer to the release time, and then they just drop this massive bomb and say, hey, we got more games coming. Be like, yes, let's go. And then we're off to the races. Then y'all, we're going to be off to the races, because then it's just going to be speculation after speculation. What's the next batch of games that we're going to get? What are we going to get this? Are we going to get that? It's going to be crazy if we get that. So if gamers will accept all digital gaming, then they'll accept all digital currency systems. Say bye to physical cash to come in the future. This is the canary in the coal mine. Could be. Same here on OCV. Just found, got a seal. Ooh, seal KOF 96. I like it. Yeah, finally. Finally, Final Vendetta will release. I mean, I've been waiting for this game for 3.5 years, y'all. I pre-ordered. I was in my old house when I pre-ordered. It was still COVID when pre-ordered. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I will definitely do a review. I don't normally do game reviews for indie games on the channel, but I'll do one for Final Vendetta just because I've been waiting so long. And I did order like the special edition or whatever, the ultimate special edition that they had, which I don't even think is available now anymore. But yeah, I'll do an unboxing and all that for you all, some gameplay. Pre-order everything except the driving game. Overtop didn't like Overtop, huh? Started going ham and pre-ordering and kickstarting some of these indie games, AES games as well. The indie game love is great, so it's good to see. I hope that they start doing some partnerships with PlayOn, so they don't have to worry about the production of chips, because that's the biggest headache with these indie companies, that they have to create their own boards and they have to source their chips and all this stuff, and then they have to test for bugs and all this stuff. It's a lot of work, and they have to test it, which is why those games are generally a couple $100 or more. And then when people resell them, secondhand market, then they're going for like $1,000, and everyone's like, why is this $1,000? Well, it's not in print anymore. They're not making the game anymore. And there's only limited copies because they only had so many copies that they released. Tiberius. I don't know. I hope it does. I hope everything works for everyone. I'm paying premium. I'm scooping the white system, hopefully secondhand. Okay. These are times where patience is a must. Waiting on the Neo Geo Ultimate Steam Machine Super Station 1 fall finna be fire. Oh, snaps. Got a lineup. I like it. Pink Princess! What's up, girl? Thanks for dropping in. How are you? I love that for you, Ness. Being able to get what you wanted as a kid now as an adult is coming full circle as a gamer. Yes, love you so much. Appreciate you dropping in. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm not Mega. I don't do all that, the crazy, deep voice stuff and sunglasses. You have to get that tomorrow. Oh, wait, it says, I had a SNES, NES, Sega Genesis as a kid, the Neo Geo, and a GT Performer or Haro BMX bike are the two things I never got. Man, them BMX bikes. Man, that was a thing. You were the kid. If you had that bike, you were the kid. I remember there was like 2 kids in my neighborhood that had that bike, and everyone was like, man, I love your bike. I wish I had it. I'm like, yeah, man. We thought they could do the best tricks because of the bike. It was so crazy. I hope we get a ton of carts also. I really do. I hope we do. SNK added 2 new characters to Art of Fighting 3. Yep. I need to see what's happening with this, because all these updates, all these Steam updates that we're getting, World Heroes and Ninja Masters and Art of Fighting 3. I want to see this. PlayOn, if you're watching. I don't know if you're watching or not. You may be, you may not be. If you're watching, hook us up. Give us the game. Give us the new revised game. Like, we got it. Big Tournament Golf. We got Scotland, y'all. That was a Neo Geo CD exclusive course. So we're getting stuff. And I would hope, like, another game, Matchroom Melee, the PlayStation version has more stuff than the AES version does. So I would hope, we get the versions that have everything. They got all the extras and everything. That's going to make it so much better. So much better getting those like super revised versions that have like extra characters, stages, different soundtracks, things of that nature. It's going to be awesome. Wave 2 announced right before release. They're going to blow out those projectors again. Hey, I'm just thinking of it from like a business standpoint. If it was me, like it's been real quiet right now, like real quiet, but to be expected. I mean, November's still quite a few months away, right? So well over 120 days away. And you can only give people so much. Like I think right now, majority of folks are more focused on the shipping. You get through that, then you can start, we've gotten information about technology and the chips, but all that's coming from overseas, right? We've got folks that are interviewing people that have been a part of the project overseas, and we're getting all that information trickled down through YouTube. So, which I could have done videos on that, but there's tons of other folks that are doing those videos. I would rather, get the information from PlayOn and be able to deliver that from you all. So, we're not sitting here speculating like, oh, this could be the case and that could be the case, because I'm not for giving y'all false information, which is like perfect example tonight. Like we have folks that have confirmed that they're getting orders in. People are getting orders in this evening, which is great. And for those of you that haven't been able to get an order in, hang with us. We're going to try to work through this. Nice seeing you live. Greetings from a French Canadian fan. Sorry for the all good. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. You'll happen to see the live chat and happen to see if the pre-order opened. And it just, yes, it just went through. Where Neo Geo 99, where are you at? Where are you located? So just in case if we have a new state on the list that folks didn't get an order in, they can get it in. Overtop has strange controls. It does. It does. The good news is that there are rumors Krautbusters will be re-released. So see you guys in 5 years. Yeah. Did y'all talk about Wave 2 yet? Well, I mean, it's still speculation. Like, I think, I did a Wave 2, anticipation list about a month ago or so at this point. Do I stand by that list? Yeah. I mean, could it be wrong? Of course. There's been so many lists online, and all of them are good, to be honest. Like, tons of you were in the chat on that video for my video, and you were giving your top 10 for Wave 2 lists, and it was awesome. It looked great. Like, I would gladly buy those. Order from Illinois. It looks like the tax wasn't added correctly, though. Hoping the order is good. Okay, well, I don't know about that, but we'll stay glued to that just in case. Slug 3 X or Slug 3 or X in second wave. Yeah. What did I say? I said for second wave, I said Slug 3, but I can definitely see a Slug X though. I could see that. I'd probably see it over 2 because, X basically is a remastered version of 2, no bugs. What's up, Socrates? Oh my goodness, Rich Ness, my dude. Can a brother borrow a physical game? Can a brother borrow a physical game? Now we're going back old school. Can I borrow that game? I'll give it back at the end of the week. I promise. Oh, let's see. Pink Princess, I saw that you were live after watching the U.S. World Cup match, so I had to pop in and check it out. Hey. Yeah, I was out this past weekend for a buddy's birthday, and we were watching a lot of World Cup when we were bar hopping, etc. That places were packed. Everyone was just, it was crazy. It was fun though. It was definitely fun. With Sony giving up on physical media, do you expect developers and or people that love to pin things, physical things, to gravitate towards Neo Geo? I don't know. It's really going to depend on the success here. I think early on I don't know any numbers and all that, but from the looks of it, it looks like it's good. So we could be in a really good spot for new indie developers to start looking at the Neo Geo platform as a way to add their games to the console, especially if PlayOn has a really good system for getting those games ported without too many hiccups, because a lot of the indie studios that create specifically for the AES over the last decade, a lot of times those games take years to get done because they're constantly working on the bugs and the fixes, etc. But I think if PlayOn has a really solid system for those developers to come in and just start dropping games on the console, I think we're going to be in a really good spot to start seeing some games that we've never seen on the console. Hopefully. So at least that's me wishful thinking for me. PlayOn's website says that the Ultimate Edition boxes are numbered from the factory in extremely low print. Anyone know how many they are making? Worried about scalpers. You know what? I haven't seen too much on the Ultimate Edition scalping. Maybe I just haven't looked at it. I know, like, for the Anniversary Edition, the white console, I was seeing stuff pop up on eBay. Y'all, do not. I know, for those of you that don't want to wait and all that, do not give these fools, do not give these scalpers any money. Don't do that. Do not give them money. Okay. Don't do it. Tiberius will get y'all. Wave 3 stakes winner. Whoa! Stakes winner? Really? I can dig it. Yeah, I can dig it. You know what? If they did do a stakes winner, the best time for them to drop that game would be during the Kentucky Derby. If they decided to do it, the release day has to be during the Kentucky Derby. That would be the best time to do stakes winner. Hope they add Sam Show 5 perfect endings to the AES Plus release. I hope so too. Man, appreciate you, so crates. Ness McDuck, what's up? What's happening right now? Appreciate you. Thank you. What was the news? Okay, so for everyone dropping in brand new, we had some news that we have some new states that have confirmed that they can buy or pre-order the Ultimate Edition on PlayOn's website. So as it sits, New York, Georgia, Illinois, PA have been confirmed here in the chat that you should be able to place your pre-order for the Ultimate Edition on PlayOn's website. California, Florida, Washington are still blocked. So we are still waiting for that. If I get new information for that, probably won't be this evening, but if we get more information throughout the week, maybe I'll drop in and do another pop-up for you all just to have. I actually like talking to y'all. This has been really nice. So I'm so hyped for the Neo Geo AES Plus, but there is one worry I have, and that is the games. Is it going to be a flash chip, something else? It's going to be, chat, help me out. What was the, oh my God, I should know this. This is the problem when you work all day and your brain is fried. Let me double check. I had it in my notes somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, I know the ASIC chips, but what was the other one? It wasn't Mask. It was NOR Flash. They were using the NOR Flash. That's right. So it's not the it's not Mask ROMs, unfortunately, but it's the NOR Flash. And from what I'm hearing, the NOR Flash and the way they've designed it for the cartridges, we shouldn't have any problem with them being overwritten or anything like that. But I haven't seen enough information from PlayOn to know yet. So when I get a chance to hopefully in the future do some interviews, etc., I'll let y'all know. If we start getting PlayStation versions of games, we should get Real Bout Fatal Fury Special Dominated Minds for AES. It was a shame that game never came to Neo Geo despite being a sequel to RB2. You know what? It could be nice. It could be nice. When is the next Mission Neo Geo video? You know what? I'm off on Friday. I've got some things early to take care of that morning. So, and I was working on a video this evening before this information dropped, which was not Mission Neo Geo. But I'll try to get one out. I'll get one out either Friday afternoon or Saturday. So that'd be, I'll work on that for you all to get that over to you. I love doing Mission Neo Geo videos. I'm glad y'all enjoy it. Yes, I am looking forward to it as well. Who's more hardcore, Neo Geo fans or PC Engine CD? Ooh, you know what? I can't answer that. I don't know. I'll leave it to the chat. What do you say, chat? Who's more hardcore, Neo Geo fans or PC Engine CD? Let's see. I actually got in contact with Bitmap Bureau. I was unable to pre-order Final Vendetta. They told me they're trying to figure out this tariff situation. You know what? That is the only thing that scares me because I put my pre-order in 3 years ago, and I'm seeing stuff about the tariff situation and that they may have issues shipping. And I'm like, does that mean that I'm at risk for my game? Hopefully not, but we'll see. Stakes Winner is fun. Yes, it is. It is a fun game. It's cool. I like it better than the second one. Stakes Winner 2 is like, meh. I like the first one. Ordered a Mac pack day one. With Shock Troopers getting an AES official release, I am really hoping for Super Dodgeball to get one too. Oh, yes. There's so many MVS exclusives, y'all, that are so good that need to see the AES. They need to see those. I hope we get them. Greetings from the UK. Greetings. I ordered my Ultimate Edition the day it went up, and it's still available to order. Would love to see all the Metal Slug games and hopefully a new one. You know what? I would like to see a new one as well. I wouldn't mind seeing like Metal Slug 6 come to the AES or even 7. I wouldn't mind seeing those. Must be luck I ordered the Ultimate Bundle from Nebraska the day they announced. Very nice. Very nice. Super Dodgeball. Oh, man. Baseball Stars 3, Shock Troopers 3. Now y'all are dropping the gems out here now. See, Baseball Stars 3, can you imagine what they could do with that game? Could you imagine? What they need to do is a Super Sidekicks like World Cup edition, like an updated edition. That would be kind of cool to see. Something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Ordering the Vengeance Hunter SD Pro just in case for the games they don't release. Hey, nothing wrong with it. How hard would it be to create Neo Geo ports of Samurai Showdown 6 or Metal Slug 6 or 7? I don't think it would be too hard. 6, they had that on Atomis Wave. So that's just the Dreamcast port, basically. It's basically a Dreamcast, to be honest. So I don't see that being really difficult at all to get on there. I mean, I could be wrong. There could be some sprite situations, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure they're thinking about it. I would think so. I would hope so. Be nice to see like the whole thing. Any indies drawing your attention? Shadow Gang Zero looks good, but money, yeah. Like, to be honest, right now, Full Set, like they had the was it over? Oh my god, what's the name of that game? I'm so bad. I should know that because they were literally on the podcast a couple weeks ago. Let's see here. Yeah, Overserved. Looks kind of cool. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Yeah. But I can't pay that. I can't pay that money. That's expensive. Let me share my screen real quick here, y'all. Give me 1 second. So over, full set, this looks really cool because the reason why, it's not even just the game. It's like a 4-player, and they got the multi-tap system, so you can plug in like 8 players for it, which is kind of cool. And it's kind of got that top-down view. I don't know why it's taking so long to load, but the thing about it is like you have online servers for this game. So they put a Wi-Fi chip inside of the cartridge. So you're able to link through your internet from the cartridge, which is really cool. It doesn't even require you needing to do any of that on the console, which I thought was super insane when I was talking to them about this. Am I going to get this game? I don't know. I don't know. It's not normally my jam, but I like the form factor of what they're thinking. I like what they're jamming with, because the fact of the matter is like, we're in a day and age where we want to play with our friends. A lot of times we can't do the LAN parties anymore. Folks are across town or in other states. This solves that while also playing on a Neo Geo, which I think is pretty dope. I think if this becomes a norm, not for every single game, because there's still games that we want to keep that authentic feel to it, but I think we can get to a spot. This would be really cool to see, where we have, and the card sticker looks pretty good. Looks pretty cool. I like that. I mean, it's probably not the same plastics and such and all that jam, but I think it looks good. Instead of giving money to scalpers, you can honestly get all the stuff from the Ultimate individually. You won't get the box, but that's it. That's very true. Very true. Chat Arizona. I vaguely remember we were saying that Arizona was still blocked, but I think someone had confirmed. But if you can confirm in Arizona one more time. New Jersey's good. We are good on New Jersey. Cuddy, appreciate you for the super chat, sir. You had to do that. Thank you. Appreciate you. Last night I had a nightmare. A guy from high school pulled up a big rig and robbed most of my collection. Woke me up breathing heavy and stressing hard. Not the big rig, the big semi. Give me your collection, and I'm out. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Oh man. Yep. So supposedly PlayOn is using NOR flash, which has better longevity than traditional NAND flash. Yeah, correct. Who cares if it's flash shipped as long as it plays the AES? He's like, I just want the game. I don't care. I want the game. Okay, so man, y'all are really going in this chat. I might need somebody to help me manage this next time. I didn't know this was going like this. Let's see. Let me try to go through, and I apologize if I'm missing comments, y'all. Is Ness short for something, or you like Earthbound a lot? No. Actually, I was named. So my first name is Elliot. That's my first name, for those of you that don't know. My mom named me after Elliot Ness. So that's been a family nickname forever, Ness. And then Neo, of course, Neo Geo. So a lot of my friends call me Ness. It's been a thing. I got tons of nicknames. I got tons. No one calls me by my government name. My wife doesn't even call me by my government name. So, yeah. What do you think would be the best way for them to announce and release the second and hopefully a third batch? I think it should be from them. They should do a big marketing campaign for the wave. It should not be a YouTuber that's breaking the news. As much as I'm sure many of us would love to break that news, PlayOn should do it. So I would hope that they would provide us with a roadmap, etc., on what's to come. Like, we understand you got to get through the consoles first, but once we get to that point, then we'll do it. So that's what I would, at least that's what I'm thinking. I did tear up seeing the announce the trailer, ordered all of it in Japanese AES so I could start buying and testing games. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Order day one in Illinois went through. That's what I'm talking about. Do you think it's possible for someone to produce an AES to MVS adapter before now? Such a thing would have been no sense. Actually, they were already out. Yeah, there's been, or no, you're saying AES to MVS adapter, or are you talking about an MVS to AES adapter? So there's converters right now that you can put your, basically it's just a Furtech converter, right? You slot your MVS cartridge in that, and then that slots into your console. You're able to play your MVS cart on your AES. It's just the contact points are different. So I may have just misread that. That's my bad if I did. I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just chilling. This guy. That is not a rich nickname. I got named after a snitch. What are you talking about? Oh man. So, well, my mom doesn't even call me by my government name either. She's the one that gave it to me. And Ness just finished refurbing 2 original Neo Geo CD fight pads, testing on my Omega MVS, testing using the 240p test suite in anticipation for AES Plus. That's what I'm, see, I need to get into that. I've been really wanting to do that. Like, the most I have is I bought this like digital microscope, and I plan on using that for a, I'm going to do that for a future video where I'm taking y'all through like the intricacies of the ink on the insert for the original prints versus like the new second prints and then NCI and stuff like that. I want to do that in the future, but like wiring controllers and stuff like that, the most I've done is stuff in like either my arcade 1-ups that I've had or my MVSX, changing out buttons and swapping out, you know, sticks to Sanwa and hap buttons and stuff like that. That's the extent of my expertise in those areas. But and then of course my Nova Blast. So my Nova Blast, luckily I had some background with those, you know, other things, and I was able to swap out some sticks that kind of failed on me after a month or two. So I was able to do that. My opinion, all games will be released, but the sequence will be determined by the legal issues, time, money to get the licensing rights back. Yeah. We're at the mercy of the companies that want to do business with them. I completely agree. I heard there's supposed to be more waves of 10 games each and some new sequels from SNK. Really? Is that confirmed? I'd love to see that. Love to see the article for that. I don't mind buying the $600 SD Pro coming out in October as a backup for games that don't get released, but I do like the originals. I love the originals as well. Yeah. Sir, to clarify, I am indeed asking if you think an adapter runs. Oh yeah. That's already been confirmed. That's already been confirmed. Otego, who's a gentleman that's worked on the FPGA and all that stuff, the ASIC chips that worked with PlayOn. There was an interview where he was discussing that they basically did a 1-for-1, and those converters should work in the AES Plus. Yeah, so you should be good if you're going after one of those. If you're doing the Furtech one, yeah. The licensing of games, music, characters, etc. experiences on some games, others were licensed exclusives for certain amounts of years. Third parties might need to do. Yeah, they might. Yeah, I can think of a couple of titles that are under certain groups that, you know, we're probably going to have to do a little bit of more of a dance and pony show to get those on the AES, but I'm sure they're working through it. If anyone wants to play Neo Geo CD, get a Polymega. Okay. Oh my God, Digital Microsoft is gonna be I'm sorry, I'm just over the top. I'm sorry, I just go over the top. Oh man. Another man, thank you, Shigami. Thank you. Appreciate the super chat. You've been in the game for a while. How long did it take you to build your AES collection, and how did you go about budgeting your purchase? Woo wee! That's a whole video in itself. So I made the decision to start the AES journey, and originally I was like, I'm just gonna collect everything. I'm gonna do the AES English and Japanese and all this stuff. So my very first AES game was a Japanese copy of Art of Fighting 2. And I bought my console in the box on eBay. So I bought it for as a birthday present. And then my local, I bought a couple of games on eBay, a couple of common titles, but my local video game store, Found Electronics, they had a whole bunch. They had somebody sell like a whole lot of Neo Geo AES games. So I bought all of those. I mean, I was like King of Fighters 2001. There was a bunch of King of Fighters in there. There was some, there was Last Blade. There was World Heroes. Man, there was, I can't even remember at this point. So I bought a bunch of those. Samurai Showdown. So I had probably in my first 3 months, I probably had like 10, 11 games, and it just spirals from there. I was going really mainly after the common games, the common titles. So I'll tell anybody this. If you're really serious about this, if you're really serious about going after AES, originally I would have said just go Japanese. It just seems like everyone's going after whatever they can get these days now. But before, you know, if you were going to do English, you need to really, really budget. And the way I did it is I go by seasons. So generally for me, I would do tax time, midsummer, and then I buy October, and then I'm done for the year. So I'll go in between that, might snag a small little title here and there. And by the end of the year, I probably picked up maybe 10 titles. So I did that for 6 years, right? Some years I bought more than others. And then the last couple of years, I've really slowed down all the way. I actually ended up selling some of my games to fund some investments that fell through, you know, trying to do this business venture stuff, and that fell through and it didn't work out. So I have nothing to show for it besides the loss of those games, which really sucks. But I tell anyone who's getting in here, if you're going after English, be careful. First things first, I always tell anyone, if you're going after big, heavy titles, you need to learn the ins and outs of understanding what's real, what's not. Conversions, repros, sealed, all of that. You have to learn all that stuff. And I had to do all that on my own. But I'm a obsessive compulsive person when it comes to my hobbies. So I deep dive and do all of this crazy research when I'm in the hobby. And I'm like obsessed day in, day out. I read on it. I'm watching videos. I'm reading articles. I'm in forums. I'm compiling all this information. So when I became proficient at it, you know, that's when I started implementing some of that stuff in my videos. People are like, oh, you're an expert. I'm like, I've never said I was an expert because I'm still learning. But what I found over my time is that collecting for this console is not like collecting for a Nintendo, whether that's 64, SNES, NES, or Sega Genesis. It is a night and day difference. I've had many people come to me and say, hey, this game is worth this much. No, it is not. Just because someone has it priced for $10,000 does not make that game $10,000. I am living proof of that. I can tell you that it is not a $10,000 game. Is it still multi-$1,000? Yes, it is, but it is not $10,000. And you'll have people out here that, you know, they come into the hobby for 2.5 seconds and they think that, you know, now they're experts. They are not. Because there's a lot of nuance behind it. And that I'm not saying that to this group, to this chat, to say or to deter you, because we need more people in. My bad if y'all hear that background noise. My 3D printer is going. We need more people in the hobby because People need to be educated on this. I think where we're at now, we're in a good place because we're in unprecedented territory where this is the first time we've had a console that's been out of, been out of production for multiple decades to actually come back and be revised as a one of one, not as an emulation, and for them to reproduce the games. I don't know anybody that's doing that like that to the extent of the way it is right now. No, I have no idea. I haven't seen it unless someone else can. I mean, I know Atari tried to do it, for 2.5 seconds, but it wasn't the same. So I I always say if you're going to do AES, start with Japanese, get the hang of different boxes, right? The original first prints and the first common games are going to come in that leather binded box, right? Generally, a mint condition version of that. No whitening, no sun fading, no tears in the insert. Your box is in good shape. Your leather binding isn't torn. The plastic that the cartridge sits in isn't cracked. Your manual is crispy and it still has the baggie. That would be considered CIB mint, right? When we shift over into about 96, 97, that's when SNK shifted over into the snap cases, those hard clamshell cases, which those are, I love those. Those are immaculate, right? PlayOn is using those same cases, but they're going across the board for it, which I love that. I think that's the best route to go. However, if they're mirroring the same exact case, SNK had the SNK embroidered inside of the case. So here's a hot tip for all of you that are new to collecting. Get yourself some bubble wrap or some plastic protection. Put that over the top of that SNK embroidered inside of the snap case. Why? Because over time, when you move it, it scratches the back of that cartridge. This will protect it. So if you ever come across games when you're buying them, you're like, put this bubble wrap in here. That's to protect the cartridge from getting scratched. That's what Neo Geo collectors are doing, right? So these are little tidbit tricks, etc. And I know I'm going off of a tangent now. I didn't really fully answer the question, right? So do the Japanese first. Look at those things because it's cheaper and it's easier to review what those cartridges look like, what they feel, the weight, the smell, because that's a thing. And then when you go see the English counterpart, there isn't much of a difference, right? Besides the cart sticker, the manual, and the insert. That's it. The only difference is the paper. That is it. Everything else is the same. That is the only difference. You're paying thousands of dollars for paper. Let that sink in for a second. We're paying thousands more dollars for these games for paper. Not even the game. It's just the paper change. It's crazy. Oh, LLS, you still did not read my question correct. Oh, my bad. I didn't. What I do? I'm sorry. My fault. I didn't see it. Hold on. Let me see. I'm indeed asking if you think an adapter to run AES Plus games. Oh, on MVS boards is possible. My bad. No, I have not seen that. Why? Why would you do that? I don't know. That's the first time I've ever heard that question. But hey, maybe somebody else do it, but I've never seen it. My fault. My bad for missing it. I got you though. Neo Geo has been bringing back games at a perfect time considering where Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, man. It really has. It really has. Sega owns Viewpoint, sadly. I think they'll play ball. I think they will. I think they would. It would be ridiculous for them not to get a part of this. Like I'm telling y'all, if this pops off the way I think it's gonna pop off, PlayOn's gonna be beating them off with a stick. Pause. A game on 98 in 4K. Would you recommend a RetroTink 4K? I use a RetroTink. I use RetroTink for my AES right now. So yeah, you could do that. You could definitely do that. He's rich. Thanks. This guy. Viewpoint probably won't happen, although they seem to keen to re-release $100 copies of Sonic 1 and 2. Maybe anything could happen. I really do think we could see it, y'all. I think we could. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just about to sell my Neo Turf Masters MVS card on eBay. I'm based in Australia in case you'd have it back in your collection. I don't know. We might have to talk about that. We might have to have a conversation about that. Sir, my question is if you think someone could make an adapter. Yeah. I, like have her Big Red. So put the AES Plus games in on your MVS cabinet. I haven't seen that, Satoshi. I have not seen that. So not saying it can't happen, but I haven't seen anything like that. For those of you who think the Neo Geo is expensive, and it is, remember it is cost effective compared to tournament paintball. Dang. World Heroes. Okay. I'm looking at Pixel Heart for a copy of Neo Drift Out. Don't think it's going to release for a cheaper price on AES Plus since they own the rights. You know what? That's another thing is with Pixel Heart. I'm not quite sure if there's going to be some conversations there, because I think that would be. I get it. Pixel Heart's going to try to make their money any kind of way they want, but I think it would be beneficial for all parties to kind of work alongside PlayOn and SNK here, because you're going to substantially get more visibility in your games being sold on their platform than you will solo dolo, because a lot of folks are just looking at it from, oh, I can just go get this on Amazon. I don't have to go through a secondary site. You know, that's the way people are thinking. And I don't think we're going to be in a point. It would be kind of cool to see, but I don't think we're going to see a point to where we're going to see these games in big box stores. You know, we might see them in, you know, certain video game retro, you know, mom and pop stores, maybe potentially, but I don't see these popping up at a Walmart or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I mean, wishful thinking. But I mean, the way that physical media is going right now, I highly doubt we'll see those popping up in a Walmart or a Target or Costco or wherever else. He got his own money. When I say he's got his own money, the boy has got his own money. Neo Geo collecting or a new house? Man, that's a tough choice. New house. Get the new house. Get the new house. Why? Because we're getting these games for the good old price of $90. I got it. I told you I'd do it. I would be careful with a 6PC. They're rare, fragile. Allegedly, the AES Plus doesn't have more than OG hardware, MVS identical pins. Yeah, could be. Neo Geo is probably the only game system in history that hasn't lost its. Man, it's appreciated. It is appreciated. Decade after decade, it continues to appreciate, which is absurd. Generally, you have like this, you know, any other console. This massive flood in, and then it dumps, and then it kind of tapers off and levels off. It's just been like the 6+ years that I've been collecting Neo Geo, it's just been doing this. Just a steady pace. Some games spike, some games may like boop, and then it goes right back and levels out. But it's just been doing this. And now I don't have enough data now to know what the market looks like. Like when I start seeing Baseball Stars 2 going for $1,200, I'm concerned. So that to me shows that now we have folks in the market that have these games, and then they're trying to, you know, manipulate the prices a little bit. So I know a lot of you are really, really excited to get these games, but I do stress, I can't stress this enough. When I say take your time, I don't mean just go buy common games for the first prints and wait for your console to come in November. I mean, wait until November, because you're going to have these games drop. We hope to see what wave number 2 or 3, if they announce that, would look like and what games will come from that. Then once it releases, expect your prices to go back down. But that's where the real telltale sign, we're seeing this, like, I had this analogy that I told someone is like, imagine all this anticipation for a new company to hit the NASDAQ, right? So I'll use SpaceX, for instance, right? SpaceX dropped, and everyone's speculating, oh, it's going to be this crazy price. And then a couple of days after, it drops after it releases and hits the stock market, right? And then it kind of tapers off, and then folks and all the FOMO dies off. Very similar case here. You have all this FOMO and everyone's coming in. Everybody wants a piece of the pie right now. Everyone's buying all the first prints because that's what's available, right? So now supply, demand, price increase. People are still spending stupid amount of money on it, crazy amounts of money on some of these games that they shouldn't be, but they are. Is what it is. It's your money. But when November hits, expect it to decline. This is just my opinion. This is only my opinion. I would assume that these prices will decline in November. And then 6 months after that, we'll really see what the true market of Neo Geo first prints really looks like. I could be completely wrong. It could just continue to go up, or it could crash into the ground. Either way, the folks that are telling me like, oh my God, you're going to lose all your money. I don't care. That's not why I bought these games. I bought these games to play them. Like, if folks think I just have this shiny little shelf for a background for my YouTube channel, no, I play my games. I spent all this money. They're going to get played. If I want them as an investment, I'll just go buy stocks and bonds and go be good. No, I'm playing these games. Let's not kid ourselves here. Let's look like you go spend all this money, play your games. Like, don't do that. Let's see. Man, y'all are going in. Oh, imagine if they convinced Capcom to allow the creation of AES ports of the Street Fighter series 2, Alpha 3. How would they handle the 6-button layout for those games? Woo! I thought about this a while ago. If we could potentially see, other games ported over that have multi-button layouts that aren't accustomed to SNK's button layout. I mean, we could probably do like a custom controller or something like that. That's fine. But man, Street Fighter on the Neo Geo, I would actually like to see that. That would be really cool to see. I would love to see that on the Neo Geo. That would be so dope. Let's see. No one has done anything like the AES Plus yet, but hopefully others will, because after 2028, we are probably not going to get physical media games. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Glad all the games are in snap cases now too. I am too. Because I was trying to do this little exercise when Limited Run was doing snap cases. You could buy them bundles of snap cases. Back in my head, I was like, ooh, I can go and switch all my leather bound cases out and put those inserts in. And now I can have all, snap case across the board. It looked real good. Nope. Inserts were different size. They're cut differently in those boxes. So I was like, oh man, it sucks. Luckily, I didn't buy a bunch. I bought like 4. So, and I've only used like 1. I used it for my Super Dodgeball conversion. So, the other ones they're just sitting there collecting dust. Maybe I'll do a giveaway one day or something if somebody needs it for like a loose cartridge that they find out there in the wild or something. Rumor is Saturn is next for PlayOn as well. We shall see. If AES Plus is a success, maybe others would consider console re-releases. Sony just announced no physical media. Terrible. Yeah, so I think we will probably see something, but I think it's going to have to be really thought through. And the reason why I say that is because the AES has a very unique story, right? It was that Ferrari, that Lamborghini, the whatever exotic car you want to call it. It was the super, the hypercar of consoles, right? That everyone couldn't afford. And now it's like, hey, you get a Porsche and you get a Ferrari and you get a Porsche and you get a Ferrari, you get a Lamborghini now, right? And you get everything that you would have gotten back then, and it's available to you. And the fact of the matter that so many people out here, I had no idea so many people wanted access to this console, but now they're getting it and they're piped for it, which is great. I think that is not the same unique scenario for any other developer or publisher out there, right? Nintendo can't do this. I mean, they did the, little Nintendo joint that they did, but they're not about to re-release a NES or a Super NES console that's going to do backwards compatibility. And if they do, that's all in-house to them. They're not going to source that out. They're going to do that for them. But I highly doubt that when they're trying to push the Switch. Nah, they ain't going to do that. PlayStation, nah, ain't gonna happen. Sega, yeah. Yeah, I think Sega's probably the best bet. Whether that's you know, I've heard rumors it could be in a Genesis, it could be a Saturn. Who knows? The disc rot is real with those Saturn games, so that makes sense for that. But we'll see. Could be. If Playon are using the new SNK branded snap case, no, it's not the same exact ones. Because the what is it? Limited runs snap cases. The SNK is on the opposite side, and I think and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm over here talking like I know. It could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, they're doing it 1-for-1 to the original on the snap case. But I could be wrong about that. We'll have to wait and see. Just double check. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. How's the three? I am, you know what? I just finished printing some parts for this Greninja print I'm doing for my nephew. I showed him this print and he's like, "Oh, I want a Pokemon, Greninja Pokemon." So luckily he's got good taste because that's like my favorite too. So I'm printing it for him for this weekend, and then I printed a Vex Mythoclast back here. Actually, hold on, I'll grab it. Let me grab it. Yep, so that's it. I 3D printed this. From Destiny 2. I was like, I'll give it a shot. It took me about 75 hours to print. 75 hours. So yeah, it's been fun. I've really been enjoying it. So when I get some more time, I'm gonna do some more Neo Geo related print stuff. So y'all stay tuned for that. Hey Ness, are you excited for any sequels for AES Plus? If so, what are they? Oh man, oh my gosh, how many sequels would I love to see? You know what? I would love to see a sequel for a couple of games, to be honest. So, Ninja Commando, I would love to see a sequel for that. I heard some folks say Last Blade 3 would be dope to see. I would love to see that. Ninja Masters, I would love to see. I know it's a lot of fighting games, so I'll move over to some other stuff, some other genres. Baseball Stars 3 for sure. Big Tournament Golf 2, I would love to see. And with that version, I would want to see kind of like if they could do it, I'm not sure if they could, but if they could, is instead of it just being you swinging the club, but you can interact with the CPU and you're playing alongside them, kind of give that more, interaction with the CPU that you're actually playing against somebody in a tournament match. I would love to see something like that. What else? That's not fighting game related could I think of here? We could probably do some puzzlers. Some games they were kind of really specific for the time, kind of like Galaxy Fight and Waku Waku 7 and things of that nature. So it may not make much sense to do sequels for those games, but a lot of the sports games, I would love to see an improved league bowling game. I would love to see that, something that's really, really jazzed up and over the top. I would love to see something like that. Something that's kind of like you can play with multiple people, right? I would like to see some better racing games. I mean, Overtop. I know y'all saw the video. It's meh. I didn't have the greatest time with that game. I actually prefer Thrash Rally over Overtop, and Thrash Rally is an okay game, but it's not something I can come back to every month. So I look for games that have a high replay value. In the collection, there's a couple, right? Like a lot of folks love Ninja Combat. I can't stand Ninja Combat. And I'm probably one of the rare few folks out there that you'll probably hear say they don't like Top Hunter. I'm not a fan of Top Hunter. I do love Spin Master though, so I would like to see a Spin Master too. That would be kind of cool. Just to kind of give you a couple. Ness, as a fan of shoot 'em ups, I would want to see Last Hope Pink Bullets, but not that is a NG dev team. It's on eBay. Yeah, that game is absurdly expensive. I had some opportunities to pick it up in the past, and I'm like, no, not at that price. Like I had some individual collectors or sellers that were trying to sell it to me. Like, oh, I'll give you a good price on it. I'm like, man, I'll take that money and put it towards a an official title before I put it towards that. And if it was dropping at like 300 or 400 bucks originally, and now it's going for 2 G's, nah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Probably better off just finding a ROM and just playing the game. Y'all didn't hear me say that, but I'm just being realistic here. Let's see what else we got here. I know y'all really going in here. There are a million. There are a million better investments than games, and I sell games for a living. Yeah, yeah, there really are. There really are. PlayStation just inadvertently helped raise the value of Neo Geo game carts. They very well might have done that. They very well might have done that. We need an English AES Waku Waku 7 Ness. Give Sunsoft a call. So, funny enough, Waku Waku 7 has English text in the game. So, if you use a UniBIOS chip in your or the original AES, you had a UniBIOS, right? So, you could play it in English in that. So, after every stage, the characters were conversing in English. Now the translation wasn't very good, but it was in English. So there's only been a handful of games that they don't translate to English, and that's generally like the mahjong games that are in that those were Japanese exclusives, and the what's the other one? The King of Fighter puzzle game, quiz game. That was also in Japanese, and that wasn't converted into English. I paid close to 900. The same. I did too. I'm a leather crafter. Just kind of want an opinion. How about the actual leather bound and hand sewn Neo Geo cases? I could make such. It really just depends. Like me personally, I prefer the snap cases. I always have. Some folks are they're really big on having games like those leather bound games in really pristine condition. And a lot of times, it's mainly just the plastic that the cartridge is housed in. Those get so brittle over the years, and they get mishandled. So a lot of like collectors that are after like the super mint stuff, that's generally the first thing they look at in those leather bound cases is the plastic cracked, or is it all complete and it's not missing anything? And then the next thing they'll shift over to is to see if the leather binding is still tight and there's not any rips or tears. I mean, not to say it couldn't. It's not a thing. It'd be interesting to see as more people get into the hobby and more people get kind of vested into it, to see like what kind of cool, unique ways people decide to collect their editions. Maybe they want a variant of the case, etc. It'd be kind of cool to see, though. It's been fun recapping and ordering my favorite games. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see here. We need Garo, Mark of the Wolves 2, and a new slug. Hey, I've been saying that. That slug in Mark of the Wolves 2 would be dope. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. I think first print AS games will stay in price because the games use math. Very well, yeah, they very well might. They very well might. Neo Drift. I haven't put a lot of hours into that game, and I probably need to give it its fair shake to give it a valid review. I'll hold my thoughts on that game of what I think about it. I do want to see something different though. I probably don't want to see the isometric view. I want to try something else, like kind of like the old what's that other game? I can't remember it. It'll come back. It'll come to me. See, I think the only reason the first print games for AES hold their value is because they are the original versions. People, I mean, yeah. I'd love to see a new Neo Geo game similar to Punch Out. Imagine if they got Mike Tyson on. Ooh, that'd be crazy. What's up? Where's Florida? Come on, play on. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look here. Man, y'all, I've been on for almost an hour and a half. That's crazy. And y'all been hanging with me this whole time. I really do appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Samurai Showdown RPG. This game needs to be on the AES. We need that game on the AES. Most definitely. We need that game. I have to see it. Play on. Please, let us have it. Give it to us, please. Have I one credited any Neo Geo games? Mainly fighters. Majority, like my first, the first game I one credited was Last Blade 1. Yeah, that was the first game. Shooters, not so much. I'll be completely honest. Oh my gosh, Last Resort. Oh my god, Last Resort is I got through it. The first got through it and didn't realize to completely fully beat that game, you have to beat it twice. You have to complete the game twice, which I was like, what? I just went through hell to get to get it. I gotta start over again. Like, what is happening? Yeah. So that, I mean, what is it? Of course, Turf Masters. Let me see. Slug. I have one credit Slug 3 once. And Crossed Swords, I have one credited. Yeah, the first one. Crossed Swords 1. Yeah. So everything else is, I try not to take it too serious. I would probably say the only game that I absolutely had to put the cheats on for was Art of Fighting 2. And that's because I was trying to unlock Nightmare Geese. And Nightmare Geese is literally what it is. It is a nightmare. Like, I forget what you have to do, perfects and beat certain characters a certain way. When I tell you Nightmare Geese is probably one of the most difficult final bosses in a fighting game, he's worse than Shin Akuma in Street by far. He runs absolute circle. He dog walks Shin Akuma in Alpha. Like, Nightmare Geese in Art of Fighting 2 is an absolute nightmare. Like, they make sure you do not beat him. And it took me, I had the cheats, I had the infinite health on with the Unibios. It still took me 20 minutes to beat him. That's how difficult it was. Maybe I'm just trash at the game. I don't know. It's horrible. What's up, North Texas? Hello. I count myself lucky in one. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I can no hit, no death on a couple of maps in the original Metal Slug. Yes. This AES Plus stuff is great because SNK is making new stuff for Art of Fighting 3. Yes, they are. So hopefully we see the trend and not only new games, but definitive editions on AES. Yes, I agree. Cross Swords 2 game is so good. I actually have, and I'll leave it with this. Cross Swords 2, there was a community member, probably like early 2010s, that did a Cross Swords 2, I guess, kind of conversion on AES. Made his own insert manual. It looks legit. I have a copy of it. I'll have to show it on a video one day. You know what? Next time I do one of these live streams, I'll do it in my game room so I can just pull games for y'all and we can just kind of go through it. I'll do that next time. But that Cross Swords looks amazing. It looked just like SNK did it. It's probably one of the best I've ever seen. And he ported the Neo Geo CD version, and he was trying his hardest to get the music ported and couldn't get it. So he ended up adding Cross Swords 1 soundtrack to Cross Swords 2 on the AES for that. So it kind of, I think it was Neobits. I think that was who was creating it. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. I really missed out on not playing baseball. No, Baseball Stars 3 isn't out on AES. They haven't created it. I hope they do. It's only the first two. So you haven't missed the boat. You're good. You haven't missed the boat. But y'all, I really do appreciate y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all up any longer. I just wanted to drop in here and see, for those of you that have been able to order an Ultimate Edition for the AES Plus, I'll stay glued to any other updates. Again, as for confirmation, New York, Georgia, Illinois, PA are confirmed. I think Arizona still no. California, Florida, Washington State are still a no-go. So if we hear anything else, feel free to drop a line on Instagram, _Neo_Ness. If you want to message me, if you have any updates and say, hey, we're good, let me know. We'll hop and I'll bounce up and do another live stream, and I'll have a Mission Neo Geo out later on this week for you all, so we can have some more fun. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Collect and play the way you want to collect and play your games. Y'all have a great weekend. And for my folks in the States, if I don't talk to you, have a happy 4th of July. Peace.